Here we go, yo.
Daddy, you photograph well. You're very handsome.
I lost it.
Sorry.
Okay. Alright, so there was this family of 4.
Heard it.
They were from Indiana, but they were looking to move closer to Pennsylvania because the mommy got a job in the city of Philadelphia. So when they were searching for homes, they were in a country area close to Philadelphia, where it was just like 1 or 2 houses and a lot of land. Talk to everybody. And a lot of land. It was all owned by one man who lived on this land, but had 2 other houses that he rented out. His name was Mr. Peabody. This was all his land. Now, the rent was extremely cheap, and the people were wondering, how come in this area for all this land, why is the rent so cheap here? And they really were from out of town, so they never got an answer. They just thought they found a gem. A gem.
Cecil.
Mr. Peabody.
Cecil.
Mr. Peabody was a very nice man. He took care of the places. There was no other cleaning service. It was just Mr. Peabody. Took care of everything in the houses that he rented out. And it was a great deal, so they thought nothing of it by accepting the deal. Now, Mr. Peabody was very happy. He had his land rented. Once the family moved in, they're enjoying this land and this nice, beautiful house. And they're getting the lay of the land, and they don't really know many people. So at the supermarkets, they start meeting new people, people from around there. Because it's a small town, so everybody almost knows each other. Cole, you listening? Okay. All right. Once they start talking to people, telling them who they are, where they're from, and then the people are asking, where are you living? And they tell them 44666 Drury Lane. That happens to be Mr. Peabody's apartments. As soon as they say this, the people, they shun away. They feel strange talking to them. And after about the 5th person that said this to them, they are wondering, talking to themselves, each other, why are people weirded out by this house that we rented? So finally, they ask Mrs. Carp, and Mrs. Carp lets them know that old man Peabody, he used to have a family of 15, and in the past 10 years, each one of them dwindled away. And for the past 2 years, Mr. Peabody has been living on this land all by himself, with nobody knowing where the family is. Mr. Peabody keeps to himself, though, so nobody knows anything. After a couple nights in this house, the people are really enjoying it. But they start hearing things. Maybe they think it's because of the stories they're hearing, but every night they hear just voices, little voices. Where's my hand? It just seems weird, and the 5-year-old girl who lived in this house started it. So the parents just thought, oh, maybe she's making up stories. She doesn't like this house. After a couple nights, Mom is downstairs in the kitchen cleaning dishes. She hears, where's my hand? She thought it was Dad in the other room messing with her. Daddy always making jokes. Leave me alone, hon. I'm trying to do dishes so we can go to bed. Dad's sitting in the other room, has no idea what she's talking about. He goes back to watching the hockey game. After a couple nights, Dad's sitting up late one night watching the end of a hockey game, and he hears, where's my hand? It's starting to freak Dad out now. Maybe he thinks it's the kids just telling stories, being crazy kids. A couple more nights go by, and all the family's downstairs watching a movie together. All of a sudden, the lights go out. The movie stops. TV goes off. Dad thinks, maybe it's just the electric. They grab their phone, go to the fuse box, see if anything's flipped. Fuse box seems okay. Dad comes back into the family room and says, "Oh, we must have lost power. Maybe it's out at the pole." As they start sitting down, it's okay. They light a few candles, get some light going. They hear, "Where's my hand?"
What?
All of them hear it now. They're all in the same room. They don't know what to do. Maybe it's old echoes of something. Apparently, Mr. Peabody liked to cut hands off and keep them. That's what his thing was. He was a handyman.